This is an individual task. Plan out a strategy for the marketing of smartphones and offer attractive incentives and pricing in the Indian rural sector, making Samsung Mobiles the number one player in the market.
Ranjit, welcome back on the show. Now, we've used this particular product from your company for all the episodes. First, how successful has it been? And second, is this the beginning of new things for Samsung?
The tab for us is our attempt at creating a new category in India. The initial response extremely good, overwhelming, very well accepted by the consumer at large. And for us, it's the start of an evolution or a process whereby we'll take this to the masses in the long run.
So this is pretty much falling into the domino effect of expansion, or has it been unforeseen growth?
For us, this is part of expansion.
Okay.
Of opening a new concept, a new category, evolving it, crafting it in India.
And do you feel sometimes that welcome but unforeseen growth makes you change plans?
Well, for us, growth is not unforeseen. We plan our growth.
What qualities do you think make for a great entrepreneur?
The first, an overriding belief in themselves and what they see of the world. So paradigm shift from their point of view of what they can do. They tend to be always optimists, yeah? And they have this desire to overcome obstacles. So these three are kind of common traits across. Very often, successful entrepreneurs learn to be extremely savvy and street smart. So that's the fourth attribute one sees.
Okay, so now it's time to go into the preparation zone and see how our candidates are faring.
With Manu Sharma of Samsung India, our contestants take a tour of Samsung products, understanding the technical aspects and workings of Samsung tabs and smartphones.
We met this gentleman by the name Manu Sharma. He was a person who was very open and direct.
The insights that he shared about Samsung and the way the company works and their vision with smartphones and how they look at sustainability, it was a real eye-opener for all of us.
Soon after knowing all possible insights about Samsung from Manu Sharma, each contestant started working on their individual presentation.
We had to do the whole thing ourselves, so it was incredibly exhausting because we used to share the research part of it earlier. We had to get a lot of research done in 60 minutes.
Time wasn't enough because the intent to actually provide a solution was very high.
I focused on what the customer would want. What would be the gap that was not being met today?
But I kind of focused on this factor that what could we bring to the table? Contribute to the decision-making ability of Mr. Ranjit Yadav to say, okay, this might be an idea that could work.
Welcome back. So, first question is, were 90 minutes enough?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Well, all I can say is welcome to the semi-finals. Ranjit, Priyanka is the last candidate to enjoy immunity on the pitch season 2. So, since you are the person holding the immunity badge, you get to choose the order of presentation, Priyanka.
Priyanka, with the immunity badge, chose to go first with her presentation, followed by Tony, Aparna and Sriram.
So, Miss Immunity, good to go?
Yeah.
Your time starts now.
First, about the Samsung smartphone. What's good about it? It's a great product at a very good price. It has a huge multi-touch screen display. Also, the best part of it is the Android platform because it's open source. Also, it has WhatsApp, which makes up for the BB Messenger. The reason why people opted for Samsung and they chose Samsung smartphone because WhatsApp was provided to them. So the conclusion that I came across over here is features is definitely the most important thing that people look into when it comes to buying a smartphone. And that's the reason it keeps on developing each year. The next is the aspiration to be a part of a certain group. Because I had friends, even though they had an iPhone, they shifted to BlackBerry just because the other friends had BlackBerry and they wanted to be connected. Maybe we can have something as internet on the go. That is, the smartphones can actually act as a Wi-Fi router for devices such as laptops and tablets. So people can have internet connection wherever they are on the move. Right now, I already know Samsung smartphone has a daily planner. It can also go detailed into it, like there can be monthly budget planner or there can be personal assistant for a corporate car. You can have a driving mode option in the profile option. We know a lot of youngsters these days, there are a lot of accidents that are happening. So what it does basically, when a caller calls, the caller comes to know that you are driving because you put it on the driving mode. Also, the volume adjustments is as per the speed. So if you're at a high speed, so there's no sudden burst of a volume. So as the speed decreases, the volume increases. So there can be integration between the speed and the volume part of it. You can have location-based technologies, basically, and geo-tagging. So if a person is in a mall, he automatically comes to know all the various features that are available over there. Few other technology that can be taken into consideration is 4G technology and NFC technology. Going on to the rural penetration part of it, basically you can come up with nano smartphones which will have a basic platform, but additional physical features can be added for the rural people at an extra cost. Moving on to the big idea, we know green management is already being done by Samsung, so you can have apps that would help people know the carbon credit. Also, you can let them know about where the carbon credit can be sold. India has the world's largest diabetes population. So you can have an external device which can be attached to the smartphone, which also calculates and displays the sugar level. Plus, it can help people know that what are the precautions can be taken and risk associated.
So we'd request you to ask each candidate 3 questions. Priyanka, you and the other candidates have 30 seconds to answer each question, so a total of 90 seconds. Ranjit.
So the first question, can you talk a little bit about how rural adoption would happen?
Rural people, they really don't know even if a smartphone is there, what do they do about it, how do they go about it. So maybe you can have the concept of Teach India, where you have someone from the local community teaching about the applications, and then it can be taken on to the next level. When they learn about it, a certificate is given and it will help them getting occupation or placement somewhere. So that's how maybe we can approach the rural population.
All right. My second question, is it always the manufacturer's responsibility to build the ecosystem, or do you see these applications coming from different sources?
Manufacturer, they play an important role. The other applications that are there in and around it, they all, I can say, they are added features. So basically the important major role depends upon the manufacturer that develops the ecosystem. Because even if you have a technology where you can't integrate with the other apps to create that kind of ecosystem, the user-friendly ecosystem, so it doesn't work.
Your time's up, Priyanka.
Okay, final question. What you put up, is that enough to differentiate Samsung from others?
Few of the ideas, I definitely believe that they are. India has the largest number of diabetes population, and no one has taken that into consideration as yet. So I feel that will definitely be a differentiating factor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks. So we're done with our first contestant, Priyanka, who I might remind viewers enjoys immunity in this episode. We have 3 more contestants to go, but all of that after this break.
What's your big idea for Samsung to be different from others?
Yeah, it could be done by many other people, but
Somehow I thought the whole structure was missing.
And now for the Samsung Galaxy Tab 750 contest. Samsung Galaxy Tab 750 is equipped with which one of the following super chip? A. 1 GHz dual-core NVIDIA Tegra 2. B. 1 GHz dual-core APX Tegra 650. C. 1 GHz dual-core Tegra Grey series. To send in your answers, type pitch space question number space ABC to 59995 or email us at thepitch@bloombergutv.com. One lucky winner who can answer the maximum number of correct answers gets to win a Samsung Galaxy Tab 750 at the end of the series.